for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna
The
start.
bandits probably won't want to get anywhere near you.
I'm upset, but I'm gonna be kind of rubbing mud on the shinier parts of my armor.
I'm laughing.
Can you get my back?
Oh yeah. Take the mud and I put it all over.
I take my bag of gold and I put it in my inside jacket pocket.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold that you carry.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, should we split it up a bit? Like put it in a couple of different little bags?
You say, do you have an inside pocket? That's
I do. I actually have a pocket where I carry spell things and delirium.
delirium.
It's my delirium pocket. It's a secret pocket that I have in
Good.
my coat.
Use all the secret pockets.
I put my gold in my secret pocket.
Okay.
I don't really have anything much to steal, so, you know,
What about your fish?
I'm just letting you know.
Vea, which route will you lead them through this area? Would you like to keep to the back alleys and the streets, or bring them down the Champions Way itself?
You know what? I feel like either way. I think Champions Way might be a little bit better for us. Because back alley are limited bug, so this is like a one part going up to the road.
Okay. It's much easier to be surprised in the back alleys. Whereas in the Champions Way, at least if someone's going to try
Dus
to
als
rob
heb
you,
ik
you're
hier
gonna
best
say,
not in de route.
Oh yeah. And if we can't do rooftop, we have to go ground. Let's do the Champions Way.
Okay. You make your way through several of the smaller streets. There's one street leading directly from the pier that kind of weaves its way through the spokes to Champions Way. And as you come towards the Champions Way, you can see in the distance ahead of you a larger church, one of the many in this area as well. And you can hear what sounds like shouting coming from within. There's several gruff male voices, a few screeching women, and what sound like several crying children. Their cries and screams hanging in the air and kind of echoing off of the city walls inside the church.
Yeah, I say we keep walking.
Oh,
There's
man.
children in trouble.
We gotta go.
There's always children in trouble. There's always people in trouble.
What
in
are
the city.
children doing in Drakenheim, and why are they in trouble? That's worth investigating.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
one of
but
those.
It's, how you survive is not by
Oh,
listening to
GPS is
the
on.
screams of those
We can
around you.
go.
You know how I've survived? Killing everybody that tries to hurt children.
You're not even a little curious?
I mean, I'm curious, but I've learned to turn that feline side of me off if I want to do anything in this city. But
What building is it coming from? Seems like there is several, like the Sprawl, there are many people in buildings in this area, but it seems like it's originating from the high steepled church that you can see in the distance. It's a large stone church, probably enough for a small of followers would have been there in their time, and it has a single high steeple with a bell tower and a large curved kind of nave to the church. It's on the Champions Way itself, and so as you come up to get close to the Champions Way, the streets kind of converge around it here.
I mean, it's on our way. If you guys are really curious, take a peek, but let's try not to put our feet in anything that we should get involved in.
I like being curious. It's done nothing but good things.
Well, as you start walking towards the church,
As you start walking, like, curiosity killed a cat, guys. Just keep that in mind.
I run to catch up with Pluto, and I walk beside him with matching his stride because I want to look cool too.
I'm walking along the side of the road, like keeping pace with them, they get into anything, I want to be able to kind of dive in an alleyway. So I'm just like, I will keep an eye on you guys, but I feel like you get me killed.
We've never gotten any of our navigators killed. Don't worry. Not one.
Isn't that my job?
Yeah.
For a
And
couple
those
stories.
other ones.
Couple stories. I will err on the side of caution.
As you come around towards the church and check things over, you see an interesting scene in the street. There are two distinct groups standing against each other. Surrounding looks like a large family consisting of maybe even grandparents and several grandchildren are several bands wearing bandanas. There are and some boards men, women, various different creeds and backgrounds, all standing together with these purple bandanas. Several of them have their crossbows out that are training on the Roman people in front of them, and a few of them hold blades out. One large, orange-haired man with a rather ugly-looking goatee that he has combed blue paint into and purple streaks through as well, stands out in front of them and is shouting because beside him is a charred corpse, and across from him, standing in front of a group of people, is a thin, older man with a very gaunt face, and he's wearing black robes. His head has been shaved, even his eyebrows have been shaved off. And he has branded onto his forehead a symbol that looks like a mix of a falling meteor and a roaring fire. And he is holding out a rosary, a holy symbol, that is still burning with fire over the charred corpse. And you hear the gaunt man say, "Stand down, let us pass peacefully. We're but pilgrims. I'm not afraid to fight."
Are the people in purple bandanas, do they have any sort of insignia on them or anything that I can see as I walk up?
Beyond the purple bandanas, several of them have what look like bits of rose bushes or thorns, either tied in their hair or worn like a carnation, or tied up in the bandana as well. Yeah, you recognize these as the trappings of the Queen's men.
These guys are in trouble.
There's 10 of them.
There's 10 of them.
Oh,
Travel in
man.
packs. Well, you guys.
I can't.
There's children there. There's children there?
There is the preacher, the old wiry man, is standing in front of a group of 6. There is an elderly woman, a young man, what might be his wife or his partner, another old middle-aged man, and then 2 children, one boy and one girl.
I walk up and start approaching the man with the blue in his beard.
As you approach the man saying, you hear the man with the blue and purple orange hair. He says to the preacher, "We're gonna take everything you got, old man. Your little flock can go ahead, but we're we're gonna skin you alive for what you did to Bogdan. And as you approach, the two of the other bandits catch sight of you walking forward, and they turn their crossbows. And one of them, this shifty-looking woman, who herself is twig thin, but kind of you can see like the muscles over her skin. Like she's got a sort of a short jerkin that she's wearing, and she turns her crossbow around. She says, "Now you just keep walking. This is our business. This is our score. We're not about to share it with another group of scavengers. Just walk on."
I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to minor illusion a purple badge with thorns on it and say, "Queen's orders. I'm here to take these people to the Queen herself. So you guys can carry on." And I flip the badge, minor illusion badge, and put it back in my pocket.
Okay. Pluto and Bayo, what are you two doing as Sebastian approaches?
As soon as he started to approach, I slip into the closest alleyway and start to climb the closest building so I can get a little bit of a vantage point to see where this is going to head out.
And Pluto?
I'm going to walk over to the bald preacher man, and I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder as if I'm going to be leading him away.
Okay. As you approach closer, two others train their crossbows on you and say, and they've noticed both you and Sebastian. And do you continue to come closer even though they've raised their weapons?
No. I go, "Easy, boys."
We're under direct orders. You're standing in our way.
The man gives a puzzled look. Make a deception check.
Oh boy, this is going to determine whether this was a good idea or a terrible idea. That's a 1. So that's a 7.
Says,
Okay, yes, continue.
"Queen's orders, eh?
That's right.
Who gave you that order?"
The Queen of Thieves.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's the name of her major domo?
That's classified information, sir. I'm sorry, do you have a badge?
We don't keep badges.
Well, no.
I know you're trying to pull one over on us.
You
But this is
low-ranked
our score.
Individuals may not get badges. I'm the official mage slayer of the Queen of Thieves.
Another one of the bandits and several of the other ones, they just start howling with laughter. And one of them says,
Right?
"Hey, Rosh, this one's funny. Maybe we should bring him to the Queen and she can have a new jester."
Mage slayer.
And they're just roaring with laughter. They're almost laughing like a pack of hyenas. At you. And Rosh says, "Listen, Runt, you're funny enough, but this is our score. You just keep on walking. We don't want any trouble."
Okay. We'll keep walking, but you're not going to hurt any of these children. Or the elderly. Which really is this whole group, so why are you picking on such helpless individuals?
I want to look at the...
And he kind of looks at you puzzled, and we're like, "Because we're robbers, dummy. We're here to loot and pillage off them, and all these folk come with all their life savings to give them away in the name of their god."
And you just take them from old people and children.
The getting's good. Last chance. You take your big tin can of a friend and walk on.
Last chance.
Pluto, what are you gonna do?
I want to look at the old man. What kind of look is he giving?
He turns and says, he doesn't know what to make of either of you. He
wanna give
kind
him
of
the eyes.
eyes you up and down, and he doesn't know whether you're going to. It's like he's trying to figure out whether you're trying to help him or whether you're just going to be like take over their score, as the bandits seem to think you're doing.
How about a contest? From where I'm from in Caspia, we do things a little differently. And we like to play games to determine the outcome of
Well,
robbing people.
I just have to wait here until
He's
it's
going
my
to
turn
duel
to
the
change
blue
tires.
bearded man? I say out loud. That's
I mean, unless you're
I'm
scared
a
of a
bit
little
early
contest.
though. I don't.
Make
My
a persuasion check.
I'm not supposed to be here until 16:15. So
13?
It says,
I can just sit
you're
here
just gonna
and
try and
wait.
get me into a little bit of a duel so your friend can stab us in the back. We're on to you.
You can keep your eyes on me the entire time. You fight him. Whoever wins gets the score. The rest of you outnumber me. I'm just a traveler. I don't have any weapons of any kind. I have a dagger. That's it.
They turn with aggression, and it looks like they're bringing their weapons to bear. At this moment, we will take a 10-minute break, and we will come back to find out what's going to happen next. And welcome back. I'm Monty Martin, and we're back in Drakenheim after a short little break and scene change.
Before we delve into the runes again, I want to make a few announcements here. I'd like to thank Axe and Shield for providing us with the awesome gaming accessories we use, and Tabletop Audio for the great ambient music you're hearing, and finally 100 Years Board for the amazing narration in our introduction video. If you're enjoying the stream and want to help support our work, check out our Patreon. You can find it by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
Thank you so much, and we're so glad that you can join us again in Drakenheim. Before the break, we had a rather tense situation emerging. Our intrepid adventurers have ventured almost across Drakenheim through the sprawl, journeying across the Dran River, and they are now in the southern part of Drakenheim called the Spokes, on their way to Emberwood Village, one of the few last bastions of civilization and hospitality in this part of the world. However, as they headed down the Champion's Way, the main street that leads into the gates of Drakenheim, they encountered a group of normal people inside a church. 2 young children, a small family, and a wiry preacher that were attempting to fend off a group of bandits wearing the insignia of the Queen's men, purple bandanas and a rose and thorns motif. There are 10 of them now taking to the streets, with their leader, a large fiery-haired man with purple and blue streaks of dye in his hair. Before we left, both Paluto and Sebastian attempted to negotiate or bluff their way through this situation. The situation that they opportunity to just walk away. But they didn't take it. What?
not
and
my character.
it seems now the situation has escalated as the man in the middle seemingly